Right, gonna have another go at sorting this rim out on this wheel. Yeah, the first spokes that I got were completely wrong. They were for a 2 cross spoke pattern, whereas I needed a 3 cross spoke pattern, which I didn't seem to have the data on. So I sent them a pattern. I kind of retrieved a cut spoke out of the bin and sent it off as a pattern, which they then did provide. But they were still a bit short. These spokes are a little bit short. They could have done with a few more mil on the length of them. Yeah, I kind of calculated them. Well, they've made them as the sample, but obviously there was a bit cut out, so yeah, perhaps there was a bit more cut out than I thought. Although when I did put them in the calculator for spoke length, they were roughly about right. So yeah, I think they should have been 227mm. I think would be the ideal length for these. But yeah, so we haven't got quite the full thread engagement. So anyway, but that did give me the opportunity to work out the measurement that I do need. So actually what I did in the end, I just went on AliExpress, believe it or not. Never ordered anything from there before, and found these stainless steel spokes on there. They're in sort of fixed lengths. These are 230mm, which is about what I need. So I'm going to give these a try and see how we get on with that. So as from my previous video, you kind of saw what I did to get to the point that I got to, so which was doing all the inners. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly off camera, I don't suppose I want to see all that again. I'll just go around and pop these ones in. I have actually got on the nipples rather than a slot. I've actually got a hex. If I can get the bag open, that is. Yeah, I've got a little hex ending rather than a slot. So yeah, they might be quite neat actually, and they fit in there okay. So yeah, I'll go around, do all the inners, and then we'll come back and start doing the outers. Well, that's looking better already. Yeah, though I've still got a little bit of play in here. I've just taken all the nipples up just over the thread, well, just up to the thread really. So yeah, we've got a bit more pull in there. So I'll now start getting the outers in. Which is always a little bit tricky. Right, let's start that one, shall we? So these have got to go, you can just see the witness mark there. These need to go in this direction. These could have done with having a, these are 90s, they could have done with having a sharper bend on them. I might have to see if I can do something with that actually. Because these are 9 gauge, whereas the other ones were 10, so they would bend a bit easier. So I might just have to put a little bit of a bend in these. I'll try one first. We have got a spare one, so if I mess it up, that won't matter. Right, just quickly knock this up in the mill. Got a bit of an angle on there. and a little step piece in for the end to go in. Hole down there to support it. So I'm hoping I can get that in the press. Get something on here, a little sort of half rounded piece maybe, and just bend that down to that angle. So well, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure it's going to work, but there we are. Well, it has actually worked. Yeah, I just had this piece for the top, but the only problem is this is stainless, this is brass, this is aluminium. So yeah, I bent one okay, but to repeat is going to be another matter. I think I'm going to have to make this in steel. Just hope it doesn't mark this up too much. Yeah, as you can see, it's made a little dent in there, so you're not going to get very many done like that. I might just try another one, see how it comes out, but I think I might have to redo this. But yeah, it does seem to work, and I have tried it in and it does come across at the right angle, so we know we've got the angle right. I just need to repeat on the other 18. Yeah. Well, I've managed to bend another 9 without having to make a new press piece, so I think we might be okay. So I'll get these ones in before I do the rest and see if they go in alright. So let's see, we start here, good place as any, and these want to come this way. Right. Are we in shot? No, we're not. Nowhere near. How are we? Down here. Right, well, that one went in alright. Let's carry on round. What am I doing? Moving this way. That one needs to go there. I might need to slacken the other spokes off a little bit. Yeah, it's getting a bit tighter. Now I know these are all okay. Just give me a bit more wiggle room. There, yeah. Right, so I'll carry on with these. Get all this side done, and then have a look at the other side. My battery is getting a bit low, yeah. Right, I'll carry on. Okay, well that's that side all done. So I'll just bend those other spokes up, and we'll do this side. And then we can go around and tighten everything up, and then get on to actually making sure it's straight and true. Right. As you can probably see from that, that's quite a way out. I'm wobbling it quite a bit because it's actually handheld, but yeah, you can see this here. That's touching there, going away, touching there, going away. So to start with, I'll get this straightened up that way, and then we'll have a look at the up and down, which isn't quite as bad. If I can get this to sit in the right place. I need to come up with a better method of doing this, really. Yeah, I think once I sort that, you can see that dropping away there is actually where this is going that way. So I think if I sort that movement out first, and then we'll have a look at that, and that probably won't be quite as bad once that's done. Right, so I'll get on and do that. So basically, where it's, say, away there, I want to be tightening up with a group of spokes on this side to pull it this way and loosening them off on the other side. That's basically all there is to it, really. And the same with the up and down. If that's high, want to tighten this side and loosen this side. That makes sense. Right, there is only really one way to learn how to do this, and that is to actually do it. And then you'll kind of get the idea. And it looks like my battery's now about to go, so I'm going to turn the camera off for now, and might even go in and have some lunch and charge the battery up at the same time. Right, that's looking a little bit better. Off-road wheels, I think we've got tolerance of 2mm, which side to side, which I think we got. Road wheels, it'll be a bit tighter, but and we've got a little bit of a dip there, but that's just where the weld is in the seam in the actual rim. But apart from that, we've got about 2mm as well, but I might just see if I can tighten that up a little bit. So I'll carry on going round, and then I'll have to just check the tension on all the spokes. So that will be that. After all the yeah, after all the problems getting the right spokes. Yeah, I did actually go onto a spoke calculator when I first sort of sent the pattern one off, and it did come out at about 229mm. I should have just believed the calculator and not sent in the pattern, because these are 230, and they're there really. They're all making good contact in the threads of the nibbles. Yeah, I think the battery just went flat. Yeah, I was just saying, now that's pretty much where it needs to be. I'm just going to go around, tighten all the spokes up to tension, and give it another spin round and make sure it's about right. But yeah, I think we're pretty much there really. Just a few little tweaks, and that will be done, and we can move on with something else. Right, I think I'm happy with that. I actually did just put a clock on here, and that was less than a millimetre deflection, so that's more than good enough. There's a little bit more that way, about 2mm, or just under 2mm that way. But yeah, I think that will do. That is more than good enough for an off-road bike. Yeah, quite happy with that, and quite happy with them spokes. They were, I don't know, even with postage, I think they're about 30 quid cheaper than the ones from Central Wheel. and these are stainless. Well, supposedly. We shall see how well they last. But yeah, certainly the threads were really good. The bends were good, apart from obviously I had to overbend some for my particular hub here. The inners 90 was okay, but the outers need to be less than 90, about 87 degrees I think in the end. Yeah, so that's that done. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that just to settle, and I'll have another look at that tomorrow, but I can't see that that's going to be any different. It's a little bit cold today, so yeah, we'll just give it another check up, another check on the tensions tomorrow, but apart from that, that would do it.